Grief is probably one of the biggest emotions that's really hard to deal with. And I know recently I lost my father and it was really sudden, and some lessons that I really learned from that is I had to really stop and listen to my emotions and take that time out for self-care. So I'm somebody that really loves nature, and today I just wanted to go for a walk and take this time out, and just to say to you, whether you've lost a loved one or possibly you've had a breakup, it can be very challenging, and relationships are challenging, but the first stage of any relationship is the one that you have with yourself, because self-love is so important, and self-care, and I think people really overlook it, and you can get quite busy looking to the next relationship or possibly hiding your feelings under the carpet. But some things that I wanted to share here that have really helped me is take that time out to really acknowledge how you feel, and it doesn't have to be days and days of crying or wallowing. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm actually saying, take some time out. You could even write your feelings onto a piece of paper, or speak to a really close friend, somebody that really just listens from a compassionate place, and instead of trying to fix that person, just be with them in the present moment and just acknowledge where they are, because a lot of people try and rush through this whole grieving process. And what I've seen with many clients that I work with in this area is that if they don't address what's going on, it often manifests as a physical illness in the body, and later on things can get quite complicated. The best thing to do is to really acknowledge where you are, express your emotions, take the time out to grieve, because grief comes in many stages. First we may go into shock, and then denial, and then sadness, anger, and then we then come into acceptance of what's happening. And until we come into acceptance, then and only then can we move forward. So I would say, stop beating yourself up, because I know when my father died recently, there was a part of me that got really frustrated because I wanted to just get going and do things. And whilst there was a lot to sort out, it was a very detoxing, cleansing time for me, and a time to really reflect and take a moment to really remember that person. If you haven't got closure with somebody that you possibly had a breakup with, or you've lost a loved one, then write a letter to them expressing everything that you wanted to tell them but never got a chance to. And it's a really powerful process to help to heal, because healing takes time. And a lot of people say to me, how long does it take? But it depends on the individual. So honor your feelings, because grief can come and go. One moment you can find yourself feeling great, and the next minute you can find yourself overwhelmed, feeling really emotional. So wherever you are on your journey, just take one step at a time. I wrote a book last year. It's called Bridgethelovegap, and in that book there's a chapter called Heart Bridge, and there's some exercises in there that really help you come back to the heart of who you are. First stage in any kind of loss that you might experience is loving yourself, because if you don't love yourself, how can you possibly love another? And you've heard that saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. So it's time to fill up your cup, and just know that everything takes time. When you're in the right space, that's a good time that you can move forward, you can make decisions, you can start creating, because it all starts with your state and how you feel about yourself. I just wanted to say, wherever you are on your journey, you're exactly where you're meant to be. And if you just take that time out to connect with yourself, love yourself, do the things that you feel like doing, don't push yourself to do things that you don't want to do. It's okay to take a rest. You don't have to be on all the time. If you don't feel like talking to anybody, that's fine as well. I'm just sending you a lot of love, and if you need any more support, reach out to me. And if you like this video, please do share it with others and leave your comments in the box below. You know, what are some of the ways that you've dealt with grief in the past, or possibly a relationship breakup? And all I can say is things can only get better. And I'm just grateful because I took that time out, and I'm already feeling a lot better and working towards what really makes me feel happy. So thank you very much for watching, sending you a lot of love. Bye for now.